Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Friday. Got six top 25 matchups on this college football slate, so go ahead and like and subscribe. Check out all my links in the description below. Guys, go ahead and check out ParlayPlay as well. Links in the description. $10 when you guys sign up, and you also get a 100% match on your initial deposit. Free college football tournaments every weekend for $100, $125. So go ahead and hop in there, guys. You got nothing to lose. Super fun site, giving you guys more chances to make some money this weekend. And yeah, we'll hop in it. Covering six matchups. There are more matchups on Friday, but if you guys have any questions about any of the other matchups I don't talk about, you can always just ask me in the comments, and I will gladly help you guys out with those other matchups. And so yeah, we'll hop in it. First matchup, we have Boise State versus San Diego State. Boise opening up as the favorites at -2.5, with the over/under at 44.5. The last six times these teams have played, it's pretty even, 3-3 on both sides. But San Diego State's 5-1 covering in those six matchups. The over/under in this series is split in half, 3-3. Boise currently on a 4-game winning streak, coming off a 37-0 win over New Mexico. San Diego State coming off a 28-20 win over UNLV. They're on a 3-game winning streak. Both teams playing good football. Boise 5-0 covering on the road here, but just 1-5 covering against San Diego State. That's kind of been their struggle. San Diego State 7-1 at home, 10-1 in their last 11, playing good football here. I like the Aztecs here. I'm going to buy a point. Get San Diego State plus 3.5. I think that's a really good sweet spot here. And yeah, we'll roll with the Aztecs. Next matchup, we have the Iowa Hawkeyes versus the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Nebraska opening up as 1-point favorites with the over/under at 41. The last 10 head-to-head, Iowa 7-3, 5-5 covering in those matchups. The over/under in this series is 6-4. Iowa coming off a 33-23 win over Illinois. Nebraska coming off a 35-28 loss against Wisconsin. Currently on a 5-game losing streak. Been tough for Nebraska here. Iowa on a 3-game winning streak. Looking pretty decent after that 2-game losing streak they had, about a month ago. Iowa 6-0 against Nebraska. 4-1 on the road against Nebraska here. Nebraska's pretty much being favorites here because they're at home, which I don't always agree with that here. We'll take Iowa +1, take the better team. Next matchup, we have Cincinnati versus East Carolina. Cincinnati opening up as 14-point favorites with the over/under at 57.5. The last 10 head-to-head, Cincinnati 9-1, 7-3 covering in those matchups. The over/under in this series is 6-4. Cincinnati, currently undefeated, coming off a 48-14 win over SMU. East Carolina coming off a 38-35 win over Navy. They're on a 4-game winning streak. Cincinnati 9-1 against ECU, 8-3 covering against East Carolina, 7-0 on the road. A lot more on the line for the Cincinnati team here. Pretty much the way they showed up against SMU and just kind of destroyed them, which I didn't think that was going to happen. They need to have another statement game here. Must win for Cincinnati. They really got to blow them out. Going to buy a half a point against Cincinnati -13.5, and we're going to roll with the Bearcats. Next matchup, we have the Missouri Tigers versus the Arkansas Razorbacks. Arkansas opening up as 14.5-point favorites with the over/under at 62.5. The last 10 head-to-head, Missouri 7-2. Arkansas's 5-4 covering in those 9 matchups. The over/under in this series is just 2-7. Missouri coming off a 24-23 win over Florida. Arkansas coming off a 42-35 loss against Bama. Missouri on a 5-game winning streak against Arkansas here. Playing actually good football, 4-2 in their last 6. Arkansas, coming off that Bama game where they really kept it competitive in the end. I mean, they had their chances to make it very interesting. Arkansas has looked really good here against the good teams. Missouri, though, playing good football here. I do like Arkansas to win this matchup, but 14.5, I think it's a little too much points. We'll take Missouri plus 14.5, but I do like Arkansas to win this matchup here. Next matchup, we have Colorado versus Utah. Utah opening up as 23.5 point favorites with the over-under at 52. The last 10 head-to-head, Utah 8-2, 5-5 covering in those matchups. The over-under in this series is 4-6. Colorado 3-7 in their last 10. Utah 7-3 in their last 10, coming off that dominating win over Oregon, 38-7. Colorado 1-8 against Utah, 0-5 covering against Utah. They just had no success against Utah here. Utah on a 7-game winning streak, playing great football. So much momentum after beating Oregon. Yeah, going to be tough for this Colorado team. This Utah defense and offense is the real deal. And they're going to give Colorado some pretty hard times here. We'll take Utah minus 23.5. Go ahead and add them to your money line parlays. Then the last matchup, we have North Carolina versus NC State. NC State opening up as 6-point favorites with the over-under at 62.5. The last 10 head-to-head, pretty even, 5-5 on both sides. But UNC 7-3 covering in those matchups. The over-under in the series is just 3-7. It does look like Howell is playing for North Carolina. That is good. He was out last game. UNC coming off a 34-14 win over Wofford. NC State coming off a 41-17 win over Syracuse. North Carolina 5-1 covering against NC State. But they are just 1-5 covering in their last 6. 2-6 covering on the road. NC State 7-2 in their last 9. This one's going to be a battle. It really is. I like NC State here. The offense and defense are better. Sam Howell coming into the matchup banged up after missing last game for the Tar Heels. I like NC State minus 6. I'm more so going to add them on a moneyline parlay than I will the spread. I think it's going to be a lot closer game, but I just don't trust North Carolina. They've had some very sketchy spots this season where they just haven't looked that good. Had that 7-point loss to Pitt, which was pretty much the same spread as this. I'm going to roll with the Wolfpack. And that's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Friday, and I'll see you guys Saturday. Have a good one.